Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus once again. I'm so glad to be here before you and glad that you are observing this post. For indeed, as far as I am concerned, it is a most desired message from you. Even though you may not agree, there will come a time that this message will have grave significance. And you would have been blessed because you got a taste of it. And it will help you along your way. Your way is the way and not my way. You know, just the other day I brought this message for you. It was a beautiful message, I thought. And it was delivered on Christmas Day, December 25th. And I was so excited about getting that message to you that when I spoke, I called it my Christmas message. The Christmas message of July 25th, 2019. I didn't recognize it till I heard the post myself. I just wanted to correct that, and I associate this message that I bring to you today with that, and I'm calling it What If Righteousness Part 2. There's a book called the Bible, and other books of the same purposes. Many people believe the book is a reference to affairs of life. Believe it as it may, none of us know without doubt that it is true or noteworthy, yet we still believe. But what if there is another explanation? What if the book is true for those with wisdom to understand? What if the story about the garden is literally true? What if Adam and Eve, or any man or woman, at one point or another, only listened to the voice within, trusted it, and was satisfied with it? What if their confidence in their reality was so solid that the thought of any other was as to die? What if in their continuity of life another reality did occur, so challenging that they did not resist, even at the thought of death? Albeit, the new reality wiped out the original one. What if, my friends, the world that is known to humankind today is the fruit of the new reality that it is impossible for anyone to change for the better, but rather, having learned and accepted the truth themselves, choose the original reality evidenced, got to have some evidence, by personal application henceforth for righteousness, understanding that to do so requires death from the present system, and rebirth into the original system of life. Wow. The way back home. What I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, is this. And I want to piggyback on what I said last week, just in case I left a little something not clear enough for you. You are not responsible. You came into this world, as far as I know. Now, if there's another side, I don't know anything about it, and I won't try to tell you any information about on the other side prior to human coming on this earth. But having been on this earth, we come in little babies, and whatever we become is what we see and what we hear. And then our imaginations get formed, and we start taking what we've seen, what we've heard, and we can take it to a lot of different places. But in the reality of it all, if we were honest with ourselves, we will say that as far as we know, all people want basically the same thing, and that is the fulfillment of their dreams. They would love to have that experience without war, without suffering of any sort. Every last one of us would want that. And what we have, ladies and gentlemen, has never been anything like that. Even to those who believe that money is the solution, they will tell you that it is the answer to a lot of problems, but it is not the solution to peace. It's not the solution for joy in your lives. They're just as absent of that as any of you living on Skid Row. I'm sure you'd rather be where they're at than where you're at, but I want you to know that we're all in the same boat. What I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, to make this a little clearer why I am speaking to you like this, is that about in 1979, I was given a call. I didn't understand exactly what it was, but it found me acting strange. Found me caring about people suffering to the degree I decided I want to be a part of fixing that problem. And at that time, I worked for the federal government. I worked at the Veterans Administration in Chicago, Illinois, as a counselor. I determined that the way things were going, if things were going to be better, there was going to have to be a brand new message. And so I quit the Veterans Administration, and I started going through some changes that ended me up in the military. Got a chance to travel across the country and find out that the military was just as against life as what I had found out living in Chicago. They're all the same kinds of things. The institutions, they're all designed for a common outcome. And so I decided I didn't want to do anything with the military, so I got myself out of there. And I've been out here trying to tell you people what I've been given to tell you. Now, why do I do this? I do this because there was a time I believed in God just like you. But something happened in my life and I lost all belief. It was replaced with knowledge. And with knowledge, there's a responsibility. It's not a game. It's not out here trying to be, to have the biggest church, have more people listening to you. No, it's a way of life. You have the knowledge that no one else has. All of the people that believe in God, they don't know God, but you do. You got to be the example. Otherwise, they do exactly what they do. Follow right on what they've been learning all the time since they've been here. And it is not about pleasing God. For they do not know what it means to say that you cannot serve two masters. No, you just can't do it. You just can't do it. An example I use sometimes is that it's like being married to two different spouses at the same time. And whatever you do to please one drives the other stone mad. And here you are in the middle of that stuff. Now, you can't serve two masters. You got to choose one that you can love. And if you got another one, you're going to hate him. Or vice versa. And you caught in the middle. Trying to play games, thinking that you're getting somewhere. There are those of you who are very good people. The world is full of good people. But if you want to know your being good is pleasing to God, I'll tell you, you don't have to think about it. If it were, you wouldn't be doing it. You are allowed to do it because it is a trick to please those of you who don't know God, to get you to thinking that it is godly. Nah, my friends, the truth of the matter is, it is what it is. And it allows all of this hell that we're in right now going in this boat sinking. We are here because we chose not to trust God. That's how the story began. And it's easy for me to understand because we're here. And I can see it riding off trusting that which works. And so we didn't trust God. And this is the whole world that we're living in right now. All of the people in every land, all of the preachers, all of the elders, all of the bishops, all of the churches, all the mosques, the Pope, and all of that stuff. We're all in the boat going straight to hell. That's where we're headed. Oh, we got our little games. Some of us think that we're right and we own the right, and none of us know the truth. But you see, ladies and gentlemen, what if you knew the truth? Would it be any different? Not before you know the truth. You see, the truth is that now you're serving another. You're not serving the master plan. You're going trying something else. And it doesn't matter whether you're black or white, male or female, American or other. In every land, you got your demons. Amongst the white people, you got your demons. And you got your so-called good people. Among the Africans, you got your demons. and you got the so-called good people. Among the Asians, you got your demons, and you got the good people. Among your Indians, you got your demons, and you got good people. You see, that's all we got here. Good people is part of the foundation to keep you thinking that one day you can change. Good, the way the system is set up, for those of you who are in that elitist, you can wonder what it must be like out of it. But the truth of the matter is, you don't want to get in it, and yet those that are in it want to get out to where you're at. And then at the same time, they want to talk about you. Truth of it is, everybody is on the path to hell, me included. All of us. I don't care who we get mad with. Don't think that your people, whoever your people are, is the answer. Your people is not the answer. No, my friends, it's just another way that's leading you to hell. And when you put it all together, if all the nations come together in what they call the one world order, you will still be on this boat going straight to hell. Because it is righteousness that represents the other way. It is righteousness that represents God. It is righteousness that stands up against evil. It is righteousness that stands up against unrighteousness. It is righteousness that leads the way. Now, in the middle of hell, you say you're righteous, there's only one way for the world to know it. You got to show it. What does that mean? That means going up against all other things. Because you see how it causes pain and suffering. You see the darkness of his ways, and you also know the light. You know the truth. And so what you're standing up against, you're also reflecting the solution. Now, this is a big thing that's going on now. It's been here ever since the beginning of time. And there are many who are not interested in anything else called righteousness. And it is their duty and their responsibility to make sure that you are just a cancer. You come here with righteousness in this world, you are a cancer. A cancer they got to get rid of. Nah, they can't have you going through there, changing people's minds, talking about some righteousness. No. They justify by blowing your brains out. But what else happens at that same point? That same point in time when you were doing what you were doing, you were showing all of the angels, if they exist. You were showing the spirit of life itself that you are authentic. And you were being seen in darkness. And then when they blew your brains out, you didn't have to die from any of the sicknesses and diseases that they've given you. You died right away in the twinkling of an eye. And you became something new. Now what it is, I don't know. I don't care. All I know is this. When you wake up right here and start acting like you're led by the Spirit of God, that God is a king on your heart, that God is your commander-in-chief and you're the captain of your own, you make the decision whether you're going to go or not. You make the decision whether you're going to stand against unrighteousness or not. You make the decision. And then, if you're righteous, there ain't nothing you're going to give in. Why? Because you're solid. You are there to fight away the viruses. You are there. You know what you're talking about. Other people believe. Now, you can't walk around acting like they act. Then you're just a believer. Or you're no better than a believer. And one that knows walk like they know it. People say, where you going? That don't make sense. But he goes anyway. He don't care whether you follow. He ain't going to try to keep you back. But he's going anyway. And so, what if you tried righteousness? What if you gave that a shot? Now, when we think about, let me see, something I think I don't want to miss. There's a point get back up here, baby. I underlined something here I wanted to say. Let me see. Yes. Now, when I talked about the original way, that's when man, Adam and Eve, I suppose, or any man or woman, knew in their hearts the way to do things. And they were satisfied. Then the thought came. I believe the thought didn't just happen, because the thought has a purpose. You know, if you think about, if the story is true about the angels in heaven, Lucifer, that means that at least we were led to believe that heaven was all right, and that the angels, I mean, they were all gathered there. And in the midst of all what we think that heaven is, there was someone willing to distort that thinking and make them start going a different way. So it seems, since they were kicked out, it makes good sense to me that if you got another way of thinking in your spirit, you're not qualified to be there, and there's no way you're going to get there. No way you're going to get there unqualified. Ain't nobody going to die for you and take away that ugliness, and you still got it in you, and you're going to get up there. Anybody told you that was telling a bald-faced lie, and anybody who believes that, you better wake up. Now, here we go. Now you are here in all of this, yet your Creator recognized your purpose for being here in this mess, but there's a golden opportunity for you to graduate. There's an opportunity for you to be lifted up out of this darkness. Now, you don't know what it is, but through the love of the one that made you, who wants to give you the opportunity, he reveals himself to some. Not everybody. He didn't go around opening the eyes of everyone. He didn't go around feeding everybody. He fed some. Maybe I heard a couple of them rise from the dead. I don't know if it's true, but that's the way the story goes. For what? For a testimony. A different kind of testimony. Not a believer's testimony, but the testimony of one that knows. My. And the way you know that they know that they know, they walk accordingly to it. They ain't worried about how you walking. They ain't worried about your stepping. They are walking according to the light. All of you guys out there who want to be leaders, listen to what I'm telling you. I'm telling you some stuff that is absolutely true. If you want somebody to follow you, you go out there and take care of business. You think about running for office, go out there and take care of business up front. And then so they'll know who you are. You know, if you are just concerned about a particular community or particular this or that, they'll know that. That's what we've been seeing all our lives. And everybody that stood up for what was right are dead. So it tells us something, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to escape this. You're not going to escape this. You're going to wake up gladly, and ain't no way you want to stay here, or you're going to die in ignorance. And I'm telling you, that's a hell of a death. And I sure don't want to go through that. But anyway, I want to just say to you, ladies and gentlemen, what if Trump didn't try to divide the Republican Party and the Democratic Party from each other? What if he was sitting there trying to do whatever he could, using whatever finesse he has to trick, if he could, the parties together, to bring the races together, to end those things that's caused so much suffering? What if he was dynamic enough to do that? Well, he's not. And you know that. Even in your unrighteousness, you know that. But in your unrighteousness, all you're looking for is a little change back to where maybe you were. You just don't want to be this far gone, and yet you're still in the boat to hell. I want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, that it is a righteous man, business and duty and obligation to tell you just what I told you. Now, I realize I can't make you see God. And I've heard that the pure in heart shall see God. And if you haven't gotten to that state yet, ain't nothing I can do. But I can guarantee you one thing. This boat is headed straight to hell. And everybody in the world is on it. Let me say that again. This boat is headed straight to hell. And I've heard people say, there are many ways to God. It might not be your way or this way or that way, but as long as it gets you there, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something. It will get you there, but not to the God of righteousness. If you're following the God of unrighteousness, it's going to get all of y'all straight to the God of unrighteousness. And it comes with a lot of stuff I don't believe you like. And I say that because a lot of you don't like what you're going through now. And there are people who are running from their country trying to get away from what they're going through. And there are people who are getting sawed up in their little pieces just going through what they're going through. So I got the strangest feeling that none of you really want to go there. So I'm saying right now, when you have gotten a chance in your lifetime, I mean everybody in America and mostly everybody on the planet, in your lifetime, you have gotten a chance to see the workings of unrighteousness. You have gotten a chance to see the workings of unrighteousness from the top of this government, at the extreme top, all the way down to where you are. You've seen it right before your eyes. The lies, the hypocrisy, the prejudices, the bigotry, the racism. You've seen it all before your eyes. And you're seeing people choosing sides. Choosing sides. What that means? That means a continuation of this boat going straight to hell. It doesn't matter which side you're on. It's still going straight to hell and everybody's on it. Everybody's on it, including me. But I'm trying, my friend. I'm trying to get a certificate. I'm trying to get a degree.